Welcome to the channel, welcome to the internet. Now I've just walked in on the tour bus of Oxford, and I've got my lovely guide here.
I don't know, life beaming around the world, gosh. I've been here 25 years.
Wow.
And back in the day, we never dreamt we could entertain the world.
Yes.
But there's copyright, all right, there's my intellectual copyright. Please bear in mind all my hard work to accrue my guidance going round. So we're at the bottom of your map here in Oxford.
Okay,
And,
this one here?
Yes, if we open it out for you, you're
Yeah.
high maintenance, aren't you? Eh? Then we're at the bottom of the map, and we have white numbers in red circles that show you the direction round. All the yellow circles, all the colleges.
Okay.
And Mark is kindly driving us around, and I'm Catherine. So welcome. And through the right here is our ice rink. It's over 40 years old, so folk were skating in their 80s gear, their neoprene and colours and that, a few months ago to celebrate. And the shopping mall here, 2017 was 2 large holes, and they found over 20,000 items, including an alchemist's bowl in medieval times that thought you could turn base metals into gold. But we've been trying and it doesn't work. And there's photo boards of the dig up through the side path, the sidewalk, the left there. Ahead we've got a bit of blue cladding, and that's an outpost of Brookes, the second university here. They have to hold a Chancellor's tea party to appease the locals about all the students' shenanigans. And this area is where we had tenements, 1320, good deal of overcrowding, later ages of the 1800s, 3 outbreaks of cholera due to poor sanitation. And in the 60s, whole enclaves of streets were taken down. So now it's our legal quarter. And the right here is our former telephone exchange museum. So folk used to give you a party line, a cross line in there, very different to your mobiles today. And through the right is our Crown Court. Now, we've got to be careful of sub-judice here, as it's called. There is a trial that's going on here at the moment about the golden toilet that was unplumbed from Blenheim Palace.
They've got them, haven't they? But they haven't found the toilet.
Yes, well, I don't know if the hearing has been fully concluded yet, alright? They haven't found the toilet. He was holding the seat in the air, wasn't he? Whoever did it on the video that you can see now on our local news.
It must have been melted down.
It was right for a film, wasn't it? It was stunning to see it. Not that we condone it at all, but goodness me. There'll be a film made of it, surely. So we're
Sorry about the showers, it's raining.
And this is where our cathedral is, tucked at the back. Like St. Wales, it's one of the oldest and smallest in the combined nations. Allow for the sirens. So up through the skylights, so you can see the Tom Tower. And if you're about tonight, 9:05, international date time allowing, you can hear 101 chimes of the bell. Having said that, some years ago already, I stood here with a lady at 9:05, let's listen out for the bell, and nothing happened. She wasn't going to believe anything I said after that, but it was a major glitch, and they had to send to IBM in America to get it fixed. It used to be that locals could go up there and strike the bell with a felt-covered stick. To the privilege. And a giant wooden plug in the roof of the arch, that's how you move the bell in and out the tower should the need arise. And it was a curfew bell, like Wallingford down the road, where they filmed Midsummer Murders, for example. They were granted a curfew bell because of their allegiance in royalist times. And you paid fines to local landladies, though, if you weren't in by the time of the chiming of the bell. So everything going on inside is so-called 5 minutes behind the rest of the city. But in the mobile phone age, you don't really notice that very much these days. So you live in rooms off of staircases, about 8 to stair. We've had David.
It's unfortunate. My bad day in office for me today. The picture quality was supposed to be like so. But unfortunately, because of the rain, as you can see, I can't sit in here, or I can't even So I better go in there, take refuge in this shed, and do with the showers and listen to a bit of history as well. So it's a 50-50 situation.
Among many, many others. So here the Great Hall out through the back of the bus doubles as Hogwarts. You know, from Harry Potter. The Magisterium and the Golden Compass. In Hogwarts, Ron and Hermione chase around with the janitor's cat, the staircase.
Did you just mention Harry Potter?
Yes, that's
Which
right.
one?
One of 5 locations here, the Great Hall.
Oh, the Great Hall.
Yes.
Oh, right.
So Ron and Hermione would be in there for the sorting hat ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
The late Dame Maggie Smith was Professor McGonagall drumming her fingers at the top of the stairs.
Oh.
And Hagrid walking around the dark woods at the bottom there, the meadows.
Yeah.
And Dumbledore parading up and down as well. And Harry finds out his father was Quidditch champion, the Mirror of Elsador, which is some of the plate, the cathedral plate, that was kept in the what is now, or was the gift shop, was somewhat an area, an octagonal room for the cathedral at one stage. So you had a corridor, still have a corridor. When you pay here at the visitor centre and walk in, you go down that corridor, and that was along for the meals. Excuse me. 30 British Prime Ministers Oxford's given rise to across our 40 colleges now. 13 of them went to this one college alone here, Christchurch. And from the top deck you can swivel and see the spire of the cathedral, 1230. Cardinal Wolsey's hat is just beforehand underneath the window ledges, wide brim and tassels. If you come back for Alice Day in early July, you can see it in a glass top curio table in the library. Mrs. Hargreaves, as she became, corresponded to an extent with Lewis Carroll, former mathematics gone there. And he'd taken her as a youngster, Alice, Lorena and Edith, her sisters, on the river, 1865 or so, before that actually had the boat trip on the river. The Museum of Oxford, the corner of our town hall, you can see our Roman potteries have somewhat been recreated in there. You see spy elephants and leopards up through the windows on the drain pipes.
Yeah.
And in here they have interactive displays about, for example, the Oxford sausages, but they're not tasting displays, unfortunately. I enjoyed my Staffordshire oatcake in Lichfield.
yes.
Yeah, I'd love to try the regional dishes and that when you travel around. It's one of the joys, isn't it? So flat access in here to the bathrooms eventually. Hardly anyone uses them, so do make use of there. Wedding cake ceiling, the city plate you can see to your left. It's been a theatre, police station, a hospital, and we still hold the varsity boxing matches in there. Carfax here, you want to climb the tower, 99 steps. And we have the 90-minute walking tour. The last one though is at 2 o'clock, so do inquire there for doing that one and let us know ASAP. It's where we had our buttercross, pillory and penniless bench where proclamations were made from. And our covered market in on the left, we stock up on Oxford blue cheese and sausages and the Oxford sauce. And we have Lincoln College's library on the left here, former church. It's where Rishi Sunak attended, this one former
the former
Prime
Prime
Minister.
Minister.
Yeah. And,
All right.
the late John le Carre, the spy novelist. They found a 900-year-old dwelling from when the Danes were populous in the area underneath there. And Dr. Zeus there, green eggs and a ham author, hat and a cap. And the left here is Brasenose College. You can see the lion halfway up the window side with the chalk markings, SMNG in the year, and the little green cross. That is one of our beating of the bounds sites, and hopefully you do that in Wimbledon and Lichfield, for example, because it's a wonderful eccentric morning. You've got an extensive walk and you get a lot of free food in Oxford. If you look at the Church and College calendar, look on the internet, you see Oxford comes out top. Folk needed to know where the boundaries were, where the rivals lived, for example. And East Hanwell in London, because it's made up of so many little villages, they do a beating of the bounds. Early 5th of May this year should be. The Uni Church on the left, early degree ceremonies are there. The uni used to store their own fire engine in there, so the students had to man the fire hoses top of the colleges in wartime. This is a very select All Souls on the left, the research fellows only, that one. And the grey dome out on the right is a memorial to Percy Bysshe Shelley, whose wife Mary Shelley reputedly wrote Frankenstein. At least that's a main idea, but there can be subject to conjecture at times. UNIV, as it's known, University College, one of the 40 colleges under the umbrella of the oldest uni. So it's a bit like the federal government in the USA. And there's the mini Bridge of Sighs. So you go Logic Lane down through there and you come out to the cobbles of Merton Street. You see Merton College have been, University College, they can choose to carve a window into that stonework, which you normally would think you have to have a lot of planning okay for. So they get subterranean music rooms. That's what that is. Hello, welcome, hello. I might be moved behind a minute so you can have the front seat. All right, bear with us a mose. Thank you. So bear with us a minute and I'll move back so you can sit here. All right, you want to sit there? Do a little dance. Sorry, do a little dance. Okay.
Yeah, you can sit over.
Go sit in the front there.
And you can sit there too. You can sit there. Oh, there's some stuff.
Chancellor, please just sit here. Just sit together. That way, like, might get you all wrong.
Yeah. Okay, hello. Right, welcome each. So you're doing
We can watch something.
You sit over there.
We can watch video games,
video
video games,
That's what you can do.
video games, video
You want to sit over here?
You'll probably work out how to use them.
Put headphones.
Put the headphones on. And we'll put the headphone in.
We're here. Where's my headphones?
Here.
Oh my god.
There you go.
Alright, honey. Thanks. So, alright, these, you put the metal end bit in the bottom here. Oh, sorry. Right, that's going to go in there. You've got to unfold the tackle first. That's going to unfold it. Get British flag. There's a kids channel as well. Comb through for kids channel.
Want to do the kids channel?
Okay, change.
Right here, I got you.
And there's a volume that side.
Put it
Volume.
on the kids'
Okay.
channel.
You've only got your
Well, you'll find it if you comb through these.
Okay.
Alright?
You can do this
And yeah,
quest.
just unwind that.
How do you put
Just put in your ear.
So,
Each one goes in one ear.
bit tightly wound. They come all the way from China, these. So you've got to be packaged. Okay.
Where did they go in?
They
Yeah,
just
down
go
the-
in the bottom of the unit in front of you. Can you see the little sort of orange light headsets?
Oh yeah.
Light headsets.
I saw.
With the tower, 1492, 172 steps. And the choir get up at 4 a.m, which is probably what the youngsters do with us here at the minute. And they sing from the top. Some is coming in from the top there. That's on May morning, May 1st, which is often a public holiday around the world. Down on the left, we've got the slipway. Horses were taken down to drink. We've been pulling the trams around
That's
the
sticking in
area.
your ear.
And the Addison's Walk down on the left, named after the mathematician at Magdalen College. You
Only
please,
this
please
is
hang on tight. It's not really moving.
Right out of it.
Hang on tight if you would. Thank you. The Angel and Grey Hand Meadow, named after the former tavern on the side of the exam schools where Hans Christian Andersen stayed.
The other one in the other
Little
ear.
mermaid, little match girl.
You hold it.
So this
Hold
is
it.
East Oxford, where most of
Hold
us
it with your
ordinarily
hand.
live. About 164,000 people. And the only exits to our second uni, Oxford Brookes, who offered the degree in hand practitioner in hospital theatre setting and in motorsport, because we're in the Thames Valley for Formula 1. Force India, Red Bull, Renault, Teams, Caterham, for example. Middle exit to a former leprosy hospital from the year 1120, and you've got ingots, brass ingots in the pavement in the story of the Cali Road.
Number 8 we should get on.
This school on the left here,
But
which is a private school where you pay fees to attend, but they are open to the public on certain festivals. And all the students came back and they told us about shooting
That was
at the
it.
bell
that was
tower
it?
to remember the
where's
decoration
the
at the end of
Bonville
the previous
restaurant?
The far left is St. Hilda's
talk
College,
about-
which for 110
not
years
getting
was women
kids.
only. Then Badawi there, Newsang
Yeah, that's not
Zero.
kids.
Well, McDermott, internationally renowned crime novelist from Fife in Scotland. And they have an international crime writers conference there. These are our botanic gardens, where you can see the paper handkerchief tree with its square blossoms and the century plants. And it was built on a man-made island, partly owned by Mahlunge and Christchurch. Rose Lane on the left leads on to Dead Man's Walk, takes you back up to Christchurch. It was the route of the Jewish funeral processions in the 13th century. So, head on the skyline, we've got the grey dome of the Radcliffe camera. You briefly think Capitol Hill, St Paul's in London, but it's part of the Body Library, who have 100 buildings throughout Oxford and even down in Swindon, Wiltshire Way, which you know for Stonehenge, that county, and they can help store some of the 13 million books. This copyright library, so public can't, and even royalty, certainly historically, and it's supposed to be nowadays as well, can't take any books out. But a lot of you claim you've got a book inside you, so if you do your research, you'll end up maybe investigating their stacks of books. And up through on the right here, Magdalen College have Deer Park, so ready supply venison for 4 top table meals at colleges. And Greek side theatre for Porthole, early college offer Greek on the curriculum, continuation of the early Turkish students over at Worcester College. This one is where the late W. Moore attended, organ scholar. You get reduced fees if the play the organ. Anna Lapwood won in recent years, first female, gone on to play the Royal Festival Hall, and their organ had 9,000 pipes.
Kids.
In through the left, the original length of City Wall dates here from 911.
Switch.
Can't walk the walls in Oxford, but they were a many-pointed star shape around the first city. The garage below from 1910, and William Morris's Oxford-like car's been remodelled in India, became the Hindustani or the Ambassador, but they've stopped making them unfortunately. We've got Paper Conservancy tucked in on the right here, so you really do max out your footprint in each building. And through the left is round to New College. When do you think New College was founded? The 60s. Well, good go, but it was way back in 1379. But from the 60s is St Catherine's College, round through the right here, with its water garden, a lot of concrete. Arnie Jacobson, Danish designer, everything right down to the plug pins and the cutlery from that era. And this church on the right, please be careful near the stairs. It's an archive for Balliol College, so intermittently public can go in there, see the archive. You okay? You can be alright, yeah? And these buildings on the left are going to be named after the gentleman Sarat from India. He gained the first class degree at Oxford. Connected as they are with Balliol College. Long-standing links with Balliol. And the right here, the fields for the various varsity matches. When we get the different weather, you can play tiddlywinks between Oxford and Cambridge, but otherwise there's kabaddi, Indian wrestling here. We have the spike ball. There's lots of inventions, great sports from the universities. We have pickleball, which is very popular with the public these days. And on the left you've got your big window to wave and take the photos in the big window. Lineker on the right here, Dr. Stephanie Zatsky, the girl designer on the radio, and Yasmin Alibi Brown, columnist in The Independent. She emigrated from Uganda to Leicester in Britain, very young in the first city, as is the student population, for example, here. And out on the right, pathology labs, where Lord Florey, Australian, continued with Fleming's experiments on the penicillin. So they were some of the 51 Nobel Prize winners for Oxford, as opposed to the 81 for Cambridge. You're going to come and help us beat Cambridge? No pressure. And down the left here is Harris Manchester, which is our one for mature students. Was given money by Harris Carpets. And we've had a 96-year-old take his 3rd degree. He left school at 14. Don't be doing the same. You're not allowed to legally these days. It's been busy approved degrees. And we've got inorganic chemistry on the right here, remembering Dorothy Hodgkin, her work on crystallography, vitamin B12,
it's telling you what everything is.
cholesterol, insulin and penicillin. She did that under the Secrecies Act in wartime. Very busy researching.
This is where I've been on my way, Rhodes Scholarship.
In through the edge here, the Rhodes Trust House from 1929, Herbert Baker, who designed the Bank of England's Thread Needle Street in London, if you tried to legally lift the ingots of gold there in the museum.
You don't want it?
And also inside the stinkwood from South Africa, the beautiful bleach wood, and photographs of various Rhodes scholars. We have had Chris Christopherson, former American singer and actor, who made the movie Heaven's Gate at Mansfield College, and Elaine Locke, who went out to Harlem to create the Harlem Renaissance culturally. Bill Clinton is not the most complimentary painting of him in there, but he shouldered many things in his life. And Lester Pearson, Malcolm Clarkson from Australia. They were often politicians and sportsmen.
I think it's more fun to listen to the radio.
The Rose Scholar. This is us going down into the Northgate 100. The 100 strips of land assigned to the parish of one of the churches here. See a little marker stone you can tap on your way in and out, down on the right. And our Hobbit house to the left, screen in the windows and the doors, ideal for talking hobbits. Views at Pembroke, Exeter and Merton colleges. And up through the country you can go to Stoke-on-Trent, for example, through Birmingham, we've got various Tolkien sites. Out on the right here, our Trinity College. You might have been to the one over at Cambridge or in Ireland. But we have the tall chimneys of the Durham Hall, the original academic hall on the site. There are 100 of them in the 13th century. And the left here, Wadham College, is where Monica Ali attended. She wrote Brick Lane about life moving from Bangladesh to London. High up on the left here, the Golden Elephant on the weather vane for the Indian Institute, now Research Centre into the 21st century. And Hertford College up through the left there, Soweto Kinch, innovative jazz saxophonist at that one. The bearded fellows are boundary markers, and they mark a line of demarcation, Union there, City out here. You can see some of the formal ones in our Arboretum on the way through to Reading. And you walk by a hedge and you've got one of these heads down on the ground, it's a bit disconcerting. The Free Museum there, the rest of the week. Underneath it, they dug up cobbles. The city ditch they unearthed, bits of bone, fragments of paper, put those out on display in the museum. Ahead here we've got Balliol and its turrets. This is one of the three that claimed they're the oldest, first to be teaching, 1263 or so this one. It's where Boris Johnson attended, the late Rabbi Lanka, and Nathaniel Canobius, who reckon he brought coffee to Britain, although Ethiopia and Yemen put claims for them. And they have their own pink
So we
and
have
cream
big
stone
names
tower
here.
within
Rishi
the site.
Sunak,
May morning, private singing ceremony.
in Oxford.
Trinity's through the big blue
Boris
gates
Johnson.
here.
But all the colors.
Was
And,
here.
It's where you have an octagonal raised stage where they've recreated the burning of the Protestant martyrs before now, because they died for their faith in this street here, Broad Street, in the heart of Oxford. Exeter's on our right, 1314. It's the fictional Jordan College for Philip Pullman's novels, his Dark Materials and Laura's Oxford. And through the left at Trinity, the cottages from the 1600s saved thanks to William Morris the artist, because they were going to be taken down. Also at Trinity they have the typewriter for Terence Rattigan, who wrote the plays Cause Célèbre, Blair Path and Love and Idleness about interwar RAF life. You could take a 9-month course, short course in those times. Not quite sure, I'm afraid. It's difficult to remember with everybody on and off. But this is central. So it's key area to look around. 5 of the 40 colleges. And the Bridge of Sighs straight up ahead. Gap between the buildings. Figure of 8 up ahead there. Okay? Thanks indeed. Keep your tickets in your headsets. Use them in Cambridge, Rio and Reykjavik. Okay? And don't forget the walk Yeah. Okay, well, come back May time Heritage Weekend in September as well. Oh, really, July Alice Day. Thanks, Alice. Okay.
You color wherever.
So the Bridge of Sighs is straight up through. By a bit of greenery behind it, and the windows on the angle. There is no red carpet in there; it's just concrete floor. You saw the film Wonka, precursor to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Then they take a giraffe underneath the bridge in a jeep. So you blink and you miss it, for example. Through on the left here, we've got a small pub at the middle of Blackwell's site, despite the fact that Henry Blackwell started a penny library there to get people away from the watering holes, but obviously didn't work. And we are journeying over the Gladstone Link, so it links the oldest part of the Bonney Library on the right from 1602 with this part on the left in the 30s. Thomas Bonney's up above the doorway on the left here, and he married a lady, made her fortune the sale of pilchards around the world to buy up holdings of books. And they've got rolling stacks of shelving in through the right, underneath the Radcliffe Camera Cobble Square. Holywell Music Room to the right, where Mozart and Handel reputedly played, started their own symphony for Oxford. And one on the right here is where Michael Rosen attended in more recent years. He wrote Going on a Bear Hunt, and he's reworked Oliver Twist's for the mobile phone age, for example. So through at Trinity, the permitted graffiti around the walls for the boat races. right, joining the Natural History Museum, the Pit Rivers is where you can see the Witch of the Bottle, the membrane of the dodo, and it featured in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, the shrunken heads, but they're reappropriated to the country of origin nowadays. And brickwork on the left here elaborates this college keyhole 1817 made their money through the sale of guano, penguin poop, phosphate for gardens. Gorgeous mosaic inside the chapel,
Tricycles on
painting the light of the world.
driving.
So if you were good and went to Sunday school, you get pictures of it in Prize books. And the uni parks on the right here, we've had the 2020 cricket in here, the last two matches between Oxford
The
and
big
Cambridge,
cricket
Durham.
here.
That
Funny.
rained on.
Cricket
And we've had the Quidditch from Harry Potter.
in that park.
So when I came here in 2017, they were
Yeah,
headed
they
to
used to
Atlanta,
play
Georgia
there.
for major championships. And I watched a game, I helped clear up. It was 4:30
Where's
November
Harry
time,
Potter?
freezing cold. And we
Where's
got locked
Harry
in,
Potter
so we had to
staying?
climb the high gates to the right there to get
Harry
out.
Potter?
Thought I'd see my days framed to the core in there.
Is the Harry Potter actor dead?
We also have ultimate frisbee, and we have
He's not.
a travelling petting zoo. The
That's
pictures
the
up
Harry
here. The
Potter
students can straight down gore rabbits, run up to the exams.
Make believe.
Through the left here, technically, we've got
Harry
some modern
Potter's
versions of the
movie.
Bridge of Size.
So
Very
it's not.
modern versions.
Make
And
believe.
nanotechnology, ectoplasm,
It's
all sorts
not
of things like that
movie.
here. And high up on the
Yes.
left is the boy at the throat of a turtle with the lightning rod down his back, who represents youth overcoming engineering feats around the world. He's up at the top, very top. And this is where Mr. Bean would have studied, otherwise known as Blackadder, Johnny English.
Which one?
Lives locally, the extreme left here.
This one.
Yeah, up high, you've got the boys drive the turtle.
Oh,
at the
this
top.
is where Mr. Bean went.
Very top. Very top is the boys drive the turtle.
Oxford is
And we
rich.
have a tortoise fair at Corpus Christi
Mr.
College
Rowan
here.
Atkinson was here.
Each college is meant to have its own tortoise keeper, supposed to keep the creature alive for race day. If that hasn't happened, you have to wear a mock shell on your back and eat a whole iceberg lettuce in the time it takes the others to go out to them. So it's been filmed by Blue Peter on YouTube these days. Charity drive for the college. Wycliffe Hall on the right. There are three halls like this one now, part of the oldest uni as well. And the career service next door, that was lived in by members of the Attlee and Palmer biscuit manufacturers. And the idea to store the cookies in tins, keep them dry on the waterways. So Rare Things, extensive museum on the way to London, has all the beautiful, innovative, colourful tins on display. And Kellogg College in the area, that's our one for part-time students. We have 15,000 of those. There's 24,000 or so across the oldest uni. There are 40 colleges or so, and there's at least 17 to 19,000 at Brooks' second university here with 4 campuses, but they're all tending to converge on the way through to London. One site to Headington Hill, so lots of change from the was a former polytechnic in Oxford. And through the right, Park Town, which is our little version of Royal Parks Park, with the President Square set in the middle. And there's a private museum open by appointment early Sunday in the month to Russian Pasternak artists, family and writers. To the left here, St Hugh's is where Kevin Rudd, former Prime Minister of Australia, has been studying. And in their
Minister of
head on the
Australia.
right is the red pillbox, which remembers Dr. James Berry. He
This is
had
where the former
11
Prime Minister of
youngsters,
Australia
11.
studied.
And they helped their father with compilation of his Oxford English Dictionary. So which dictionary have you got at home? Is it an Oxford one or a Cambridge one? Or
Oxford.
Chapel's DDP? And up high on the left here there's an art gallery at St Hugh's, which you can ask on the lodge to look at, and the chapel. You're encouraged to go to chapel service because there's a free meal afterwards called corporate communion. 9 free meals for choir members. This was one of the 5 women-only colleges originally in North Oxford, and it's where Aung San Suu Kyi attended. He was 15 years under house arrest in Burma, modern-day Myanmar. And Al Alamuddin here,
Banana.
otherwise known as Mr. George Clooney, human rights lawyer.
And the
So this top of the map was the line of the Green Ditch. Executions took place, some of the early prisoners at the castle. Straight over the road, former home for T. Lawrence of Arabia. Went on to study at Jesus College here. And back up in North Oxford behind us, we've got the St. Edmund's School where Douglas Barr attended. Gosling's was pilot for David Balfour. Charlie Gibson, who headed the Dam Busters. And George Fenton, who two Gardener's Arms pubs. One of them is very good vegetarian food. We're needing or desiring that today. And we've got St Anne's on the left here, which is where Sir Simon Rattle attended. He conducted the Berlin, London, and Birmingham Philharmonic Orchestras. Helen Fielding here wrote Bridget Jones's Diary. That movie's
St Anne's College.
Several movies from the books. And up through your windows on the right here, Atlas and Hercules holding the world aloft. So if you're on a wet trip, you can pay the bursar at Green Templeton College to go and see the alien telescopes. Green Templeton started by Texas Instruments, invented the orange wide-handled calculator to speak and spell, which you might have as a youngster. You have Maths Institute on the right, very good with their cafe below and the photography exhibitions. The former hospital here where Dr. Ludwig Goodman, who started the Paralympic Games, so Mandeville in medic studies. And something on the right used as First World War Hospital as well, college and commandeered. One of the ones for women only. And the late Indira Gandhi there, Baroness Thatcher, and the late Queen Victoria adopted two Indian princesses who went to that college. And this area, early September, where we had the St. John's Fair, which goes back to a parish wake of 1624 and a toy fair in the 1800s. And these rides are re-erected in Saudi Arabia and Iceland these days. Extreme left is a retractable telescope, and you can come back for stargazing event early part of the year in there. June and October, there are open days as well. Possibility of seeing using the telescope. Eagle and Child or Bird and Baby on the right was world famous, being when Inklings would meet the literary circle, including Tolkien, but now it's going to be a laboratory space with student accommodation. And through the right, Blackfriars, where you can enjoy Vespers in the evening, and wonderful services like Misa Campesina, sung in rapid Spanish about connecting in the shoals of fish out in Leon and Nicaragua, or our twin cities. And this is Tony Blair's old college on the left, St John's. It was started by Sir Thomas White, who made his money with the sale of cloths up in London and Reading, left money for Leicestershire students to apply to Oxford. And the middle of the road, behind the orange hoardings, that was a memorial to 3 Protestant martyrs, all hailing from Cambridge direction. Died for their faith here at Oxford. Ashmoleans through the right here, and they have digital tours and touch tours and an outpost in the Cotswolds. It's another faculty for the 2 universities, and Brooks began on site there 1865. The Playhouse was originally up in North Oxford, where we had a big game museum with stuffed giraffe. There's been a cemetery for Cistercian monks and a mini golf course. And we had the Beaumont Palace here in Beaumont Street, where Richard the Lionheart, his brother King John, reputed born, early Crusaders. Worcester College ahead here now, one of the 32 for the undergraduates. This is where the World Service often record a concert for our literary festival coming up in the March, April time. And the chapel is gorgeous. You've got rich gold and pinks of the day. There's a walrus, the dodo, and a pangolin from Vietnam. The poppy heads carved on the end of the views. They make their own curries and ciders here. Barely a need to come out from the solid walls. Russell T Davies, who helped produce and write Doctor Who. Albeit this one studied English. And the late Richard Adams, who wrote Watership Down about all the rabbits, ecological conservatory building. And also here it has the lake, which inspired the Pool of Tears and the Alice Through the Looking Glass tales. We have Nando's ahead, specialised in chicken, but it used to be called the Opium Den, possibly in lieu of Thomas de Quincey, as it was to write Confessions of an Opium Eater when up for Oxford. And down in the car park we have a mini audience too. The rival to the Tartar from India in the small car market. The Make Mini BMW plants has the Spiegelhead from Germany has come over for Shakespearean productions. And on the left down through is the ice factory from the 30s. And we have out on the right big plate glass offices. This was at Blackwell, for example, and other businesses. Lots of key buildings here, and these ones subject to change coming about with college leases coming up for renewal, for example, or not, as the case may be. So we have the Rewley Firehouse to the right, it's named after the Rewley Abbey that was here in 1280. was the station monks making money from the wool trade. And they would wash the wool in the River Windrush and the Whitney blankets resulted.
Dosa.
So
Money
they're
with dosa
exported
bar.
away to Canada and
Dosa.
America. Won by the Hudson Bay Export Company. So heading left of the page into the rail station, 1852. You'll see all the bicycles. Back in the 1920s, we had 19,000 bikes going across the wall into
Honey, look at the bicycles. All the bicycles.
And the Botley Road,
Honey,
we
look.
keep discovering 19th century brickwork and remnants of the Ogie Abbey. But that was destroyed in 1534. The last bishop and bell
Someone
were
can
installed
do
around
that.
We'll head out again to there in about 20 minutes from here. We will be around.
You want what? A bike?
So our railway station, we were going to have a new one, 2014, with roof, top tower, Undercroft and rooftop restaurant, that's all being pared back now. Bedford and Milton Keynes in the offing, links to those, contingent on the rest building and rail building.
This is a rail station.
You can get to Marlow over here. And the green path ahead takes you up to the swing bridge disc on which you turn the early locomotives of the railway. Further up through, you discover Port Meadow, wide open pasture land. It was used for horse racing and ice skating as well. And in times of plague, colleges originally could rehouse their students in little cabins on the meadows, and also their staff in some of the houses that they still own tracts of land up and down Hampshire today. For example, Morning College connections with Grantley in Northamptonshire. We're here for a moment or two. Bear with us a minute, please. Thank you very much for the moment. Right.
You want idli?
Yeah.
Don't you want idli?
Thank you very much.
Yes or no? 15 minutes break. No, you did not.
Okay, okay. Back in the boat. Check the weather and everything.
Yeah.
No audience.
Thank you.
Right near these steps. Whatever you do, do not do that. Again, with the side business school on here.
Until we get
And this was
across the
the
finish
site
line
London
here,
North Freight Railway
it's
over
helpful to
Lincolnshire.
travel this weekly.
And we
And
had
then
Tim
get shifted by the
Berners-Lee
weekend and
projects
pay me
being
back.
There's supposed to be other EVA projects being created
Engineering
around the
team
world.
can drop off the
Get
into more of get through maybe more of the like the ITCs.
Please. And we have the yellow Gitting or Guiting Stone ahead for the Royal Oxford Hotel. And through the right yellow and blue glass, that's an outpost of St Anthony's College, who are up in the northern part of the city. And your sports facilities and some of your other facilities at college can be a bit far off. Please stay seated. Please stay seated. Thank you very much. The hospital is really busy, okay? Very important to stay put. Hello world. Hello world. Not going to leave it though. Hello world. You'll practice, yeah, at home with a cardboard box and a hairbrush. Yeah, that's a microphone. Well, I did years ago. Yeah. And so park up on the left. Want to do well at school with your exams? You get a mini. Pass your exams. Yeah. And then you hoop and you steer on the wheel. Yeah. You shine and clean your mini. Keep it strong. Keep it right. Up ahead here we've got our job centre, which is quite elaborate. Can you see up through the skylight with the domes up at the top? And it's part of the Italian theme for the bus station. We couldn't just have any bus station here in Oxford. We have the white on black signage, which is quite unique to the city. It does get pitched, we have to replace it in plastic. And we have the black railings along on the left here, the cardinal's hats, so they double up as the mortarboard thrown in the air when you celebrate after your exams. You're not supposed to wear your mortarboard until they check that you have passed all your papers and paid up most of the money in college, including the barbers. Very so we
down here?
This is the Oxford
just swapping over drivers a minute. Bear with
bus
us a moment.
station.
Switch drivers. We're gonna get off soon and you'll see the Harry Potter.
that's got the pear wood, the juniper wood, or the marble tree up at the altar. And there's a hooded seat for the head of the college and their deputy. So that's Trinity College, which is very popular among visitors to the city as well. But you do have charges for that one. Worcester, we used to be able to go in Worcester. But now you need to be certain postcodes and show your driving licence. So I have to go in there, but it's understandable. There's a big pressures on trying to keep the colleges as surrogate home and family for your students. You have a college mum and dad, son and daughter, husband and wife when you're here. It's a mentoring scheme. Do people want the castle, by the way? We're going round to the castle. Houston? Do we want the castle? No? Okay. You want to discuss in
Yeah, let's do the castle, yeah.
Sorry to call you by where you live, but you know. Yeah, tentacles everywhere. So yes, you want the next stop? You're going to explore around the castle.
Oh, New Road, okay.
Next one?
Or actually, we'll go to 8. I think I want to see the Harry Potter.
The Harry Potter Christ Church.
Yeah,
Okay,
we'll do that.
alright.
Yeah, I think we'll skip
We'll
up.
come back to the castle later because it's open till late, the access to the outside of it certainly. And in March we usually have big effigies held aloft Queen Matilda and King Stephen back in the 11th century.
Yeah,
over
you can
right.
slide down that hill.
And you can see this
Yeah,
on
it's a big
Cine
slide.
film because
It's
it's used for the film 101 Dalmatians and the IWB series Bad Girls about life for women in prison. Yeah, the area here for the castle. And also the film Spy Games with Robert Redford and Brad Pitt, for example. The prison that was here
in the hair.
is now a hotel. So there's always a cell from prison days that's kept that the public can go in and out of. You've got the freedom to come out of it again. And there's a dry well sunk about 20 feet down inside the hill, filtered by water.
It was filmed over there.
Yeah,
behind this big
Dalmatians
hill.
filmed here. And
Film that.
on the left, as you see up through the skylight, we've got our 11-storey tower library with 190,000 volumes on philosophy, politics and economics. So that is one of the most widely taken courses here at the oldest uni. Formerly Governor of the Bank of England, Mark Carney, has been associated with this college, visiting lecturers, for example, who's been over here. And through the castle you can do a good figure of 8 till late in the day, walk around. There are 3 sets of stocks to put your heads and hands in, and there's a timeline of metal laid in the ground, gives you dates of incarceration of the early students. Townsfolk were very aghast to find the students in taverns. Why weren't they at lectures? Okay. What's your reason for not being in school? You better have a good one. So we had a lot going on here at the castle. Excuse me. So you dig out 2 channels of water, big mound of soil. Remember that when you're building your sandcastles in a couple of months' time, eh? And you're digging for oil always in Houston, aren't you? Yeah?
Right.
Yeah. We tend to think.
Oil and gas capital.
Oh right, oil and gas, yeah. So on the right here, it might look like a castle, but it's completely mock. It's a coroner's court. They'll have 2 tunnels underneath prisoners were tried their through next door. Excuse me, come back in September, Heritage Weekend, you get a chance to go down the tunnels. And ahead here is Bonn Square. We are twinned with Bonn in Germany, Leiden in the Netherlands, Leon and Nicaragua, and the new city for Poland. Grenoble in France as
Where
well.
do we go? Where are we going?
Okay,
Which
round to the
way?
bottom of the map. That's where we're going. Round to the
Look
bottom
on
of
the map. Which
Oh, this is the
way are
west
we
gate.
going?
You guys want to
Which
go
one
there?
is in red circle?
Oh, let's get shopping.
Yeah.
There's
That's a
food
west
in
gate.
You okay? You
This is where we're going.
Or do you want let's go see the let's just go see the castle.
And then we can come back on the bus.
you wanna what you wanna do?
How does
Yeah?
I think we'll go to the next stop 8.
Okay, yeah.
Want to see the Harry
Well, the
Potter?
castle you can do. There is an indoor part, the unlocked attraction, but otherwise the outside you could do till later. Because there's no sort of perimeter gates per se here. But, are you here tomorrow? Are you coming back another time? You're
Today.
in London?
We're
Today?
visiting, but this is the only day we had.
How do you
Oh right. Oh okay. Well,
close this?
yeah.
It's aggressive, but
As we said, come back for Heritage Weekend in September. A lot of buildings open free and aren't normally open. This year's theme is architecture, and that happens in the capitals and the major towns or cities. And it happens across the world, even Australia. It's September time. This year it's between the 12th and 21st of September. It's run by the Civic Trust for Britain, and it relies on a lot of volunteers and businesses willing to be open. It's a highlight of the year. It's an ideal time for the final trip anyway, and we've got that. And we have Alice Day in early July, organised by the Story Museum here. And we have May Art Weeks. Again, lots of buildings open for free now, all the open. You see a lot of artwork and sculpture and the like.
Would it make more sense to get up here and then we can get back on and go to stop 8, right? Because if we go to stop 8 now, then we'll come all the way around.
Okay, yeah. Stop 8 is basically the extreme left. All right,
Oh, okay.
thank you very
So
much
we
for
can just
that.
get out here and walk over there probably.
Yeah, see what the weather's doing.
Yeah,
all
let's
right?
get up here.
Make sure we've got all your bits and bobs. Take care, please.
Come on, we're gonna get up.
Would it got all their stuff? Yeah. You need those headsets again later. Ask your driver when you get on, yeah? You need headsets later. Ask driver when you get on. All right? Oh, thank you. Gather, don't trip over your flex things. Okay, gather. Hang on tight. Watch the bicycles and vehicles, please, when you get off. I know you go. Right, good luck with work. Honestly, they don't want you in the ground. Tell them that. Yeah, demo.
Sorry about that. You know, with the children, you get to have those disturbances anyway. I will try, if I don't happen to manage, because I was hoping to do the walk tour as well, but I'm told I'm already late for that. The walk tours are already finished, so I will probably just do another tour. Hopefully that will be a quiet tour without the interference of the children, of the kids. That was the Boston family from the US. I hope they will enjoy their stay in the UK. So here we go again. Oh, this is actually where I started from.
Alright, this is coming round to the bottom of the map now.
Yeah, I think that's where I started from. That's John Lewis, right?
Sorry?
Yeah, that's John Lewis.
Oh,
Yeah,
John Lewis, yes.
that's where I started
And they
from.
usually have a theme. Here it's the red and white roses from the Alice in Wonderland tales.
All right.
But Cambridge, don't have a theme yet for theirs.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you could suggest a theme.
I see.
And actually, right, we've got the Rycott Wood Furniture School, so they have wonderful free exhibition designs. And the Further Education College, Raymond Blanc, internationally renowned French chef.
Yeah.
Sometimes helps out the teaching and the catering courses.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the stop for the shopping mall, if you want here.
Yeah.
And we're up a little ways around the corner is going to be Christchurch, which is one of the 5 Harry Potter sites here in the city.
So how many sites have you got for Harry Potter now?
The Christchurch was Hogwarts,
Mm-hmm.
the Great Hall.
Mm-hmm.
There's a copy of it in Chicago as well. And there's Watford Big Studios,
Yeah.
London Direction. And we've got New College, Mad Eye Moody,
Mm-hmm.
in the and the big tree in the major quad at New College, which is not very new, it's kind of 1379. And Harry and Hermione sit in and out of the windowless cloisters
Yeah.
to New College. And we have the Pitt Rivers Museum doesn't have the shrunken heads from the Goblet of Fire anymore, they've been reappropriated. In Radcliffe Camera Cobbled Square we had filming with the 3-decker bus, the purple bus, which is one of the early films, wasn't it? Was it Philosopher's Stone now? Harry Potter's run to at least 7 films almost, hasn't it, these days? So here,
All right.
the meadows would
Yeah.
have been completely flooded back in 600. And you had Hagrid parading up and down the dark wood,
Mm-hmm.
and Dumbledore processing up and down as well.
All right.
And this is a great hall up through on the right here.
Yeah.
So the late Dame Maggie Smith, who lived in Cowley as a youngster, East Oxford, where most of us ordinarily live,
Yeah.
she was Professor McGonagall drumming her fingers at the top of the stairs, waiting for them to come in for the sorting hat ceremony.
All right. You mentioned about the high-profile individuals. You said Rashi Sunak?
Rishi Sunak was at Lincoln College, yes.
Yes.
Reese Ahmed from Star Wars wrote one. He went to Christchurch.
All right. And Boris Johnson?
He was at Balliol.
Okay. And the Australian Prime Minister you mentioned?
Australian, yes. You can kind of, when you're in situ, you kind of, he's I can see him now. I can see him. He's not the very most recent ones, but
Yes.
he went to St. Hugh's. You're going to have to do some homework, you know. I didn't give it all away. Not without some Zimbabwean turn on Oxford or something, yeah? And as I said, your phone shop.
Yeah, the phone shop.
All
Yes,
right,
of
you
course.
can pay me in juice on my phone, can't you?
Because obviously I need some storage for when I'm doing my video shoots.
Do you? Okay, yeah. We honestly, I've been on here about 25 years. We've seen everything, especially development and technology. A lady came up here once and she was erecting a selfie stick.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what they were back then. And now you don't even need a selfie stick, it seems.
Yeah.
You don't even need a selfie stick anymore. I don't quite know why. Yeah, she sort of composed it. And it looked like a hookah pipe from Turkey. You smoke the juice.
Yeah.
Apple smoke juices and things, vapes as we know them today, I suppose.
It's a pity I missed this. If I had known, I should have started with the walk tour and then come to the bus.
Yes.
Yeah, because that time when I get in.
Homework is all, research is all. Yeah? Yes.
Yeah. I will see what I can do. Probably I will stay over tonight. Or I will just make last minute decisions anyway.
Yeah.
But if I happen to stay, I would really wanted to stay. Because the other thing with the Oxford, why I like Oxford a lot, there was a Zimbabwean poet. His name was Dambudzo Marechera. He came to Oxford University.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah, he was a very intelligent guy. But unfortunately he was expelled from Oxford.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Well, it does happen.
But yeah, it does happen, especially for those extra intelligent people.
Yeah, it's a real feat of time management for a start, and people self-rusticate, or they do get rusticated for all sorts of reasons.
Yes, yeah.
But yes, well, we've got Christian Cole, who was an early black, for example, lawyer in courts and things at University College. We have gentleman Berners-Lee Hollins, his surname, and he was a poet at the Queen's College on the High. We've had Arkela, a rap artist at Mahlunge before, and there's other connections for the all ethnicities, etc. tour of Oxford, which I try and bring in a lot of detail when I can, according to who's travelling with us and everything. And we have had, as we said, Rhodes Scholars creating the Harlem Renaissance, and we have Sikh pilots, formerly for the city, with some of the colleges being commandeered, like Somerville. What else? So in the locale here, yeah, Lincoln is back through with us. So as we said, Rishi Sunak, and we have Merton College, where we have had Emperor Naruhito of Japan, for example. And in the uni church here, we have had Gandhi. There's a tiny tile up in the ceiling. Gandhi gave a talk here in the church, for example.
All right.
So if you're doing special interest tours, etc., of Oxford, it's so-called as a marketing. And we have a lady who's done a specific tour, which will include more poets. And if you come in the office, you can see her book, Alice Roberts.
Alice Roberts.
Yes.
All
so
right.
you come in and see her book.
Yeah, we'll do
And
so.
her leaflet as well. So you can get in contact with her, as I did. She was at UNIF. She gave a talk there as well one time.
All right.
So you want to be very inclusive. A lot of people think Oxford's up there, not for them, and you try and shorten the gap.
Yeah, true.
Okay, do you want to come off and find that now?
Yeah, sure.
All right then? Yeah.